Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Welcome to this part 2 of Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. In this one we're going to be checking out the main tune, the main structure, the chords, strumming, the choruses and stuff like that. It's pretty straightforward really, this song. If you want to just play it, if you're a kind of beginner guitar player, you only need your open chords really. You'll be playing basically an E minor, a D and a C. Much more D, the C, E minor trusting in D, U, C, G and B7, E minor. That's the tune that is not that hard. It's just the strumming that sets some people apart. If you want to do it strumming like that's pretty straightforward, but I suspect many of you are going to want to do it exactly like the record. It takes a little bit more practice. It's important that you know that the part that James plays is done with a pick. Now I've listened to the recording and I've seen multiple live performances here and they're a little different. I suspect on the original recording there's a bit of pick and fingers going on, where he's playing using the pick to pick out some notes and also doing some finger style, or there's been some overdub going on. Not really sure. James Hetfield doesn't really strike me as a pick and fingers kind of a player. Maybe he's maybe he is and he just doesn't do it live because he's singing. Not sure. So I'm going to show you kind of the way that he does it live, which is very close to the recorded version. Most you probably wouldn't hear too much difference, but there is a few subtle things going on. But let's get to a close-up and I'll show you exactly what's going on there. Okay, starting off here with the fretting hand, we're going to be putting down an E minor chord. Now if you look at a kind of a tab for it, you'll probably see that neither of those two strings where you put your fingers on are played, but it's a good idea to hold the chord down just in case you accidentally hit one of the other strings while you're playing it. And you will see that James Hetfield forms that E minor chord even though he's not playing the strings, which is kind of proof really that it's a good idea, being that it's his tune. So we're starting here with an E minor, and then we need this little note here, which is the note G on the thinner string. You can either use your little finger, some people like to use your third finger, I find that uncomfortable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and. So it's important to get that rhythm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and. And the pattern, of course, 6th string, 3rd, 2nd, thinnest, 3rd, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and. Worth practicing that a bit first. So it's all in the rhythm there. Okay, the next chord we have here is a D chord, and on the record I think it's kind of split with this note and the bass note play at the same time. Like that, we're using pick and fingers picking technique, but live James definitely normally plays it with a strum on the D on 1 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. That's putting little finger down the 3rd fret thinner string. 1, 2 and 3. Then changing to here a C add 9 on beat 4. Then 5 and that's 2nd string, 3rd string. Then we've got this little 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open E string. So that 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and The last time, because he does it 3 times there, the last time he doesn't do the... There's no little rundown, it's just... Counting to 3. 1, 2, 3. G. 1, 2, 3. Bass string. 3rd string. 2 thinner strings. 1, 2, 3. B7. 1 is a strum. 2, 3. Thinner string. 2nd string. This is B7, 2, 1, 2, open 2. Back to our E minors. 2. thing I'm noticing that I'm doing now, moving between the E minor and the D. When I'm moving to the D, thumb is coming over and muting that E string, because it sounds, if you let it ring out, it's a lot nicer without it. So try and get, when you go to the D chord there, try and get thumb to come over and just mute up that that thicker string there, make it sound a whole lot nicer. Picking hand one time real slow. Now it does that a whole bunch of times, and then we've got this little bridge part. C, 1, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, D. Now here we've got D, sus4, D, D sus2, D. That's just adding little finger on the 3rd fret, lifting it off, lifting off, 2nd finger gives you D sus2, and putting it back on. And the strumming for this is really important. So down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down. The big deal here, of course, is keeping that hand moving. So 1, 2, and 3, and down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, D, up, down, up, sus4, D. Big hand moves down without doing anything. Up with the sus2, down with the D. C, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, D. Up, down, up, down, up, down, down, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, D. Up, down, up, down, up, down. C, A. Last time just does one bar, D. Up, down, down. There you have all of the rhythm guitar parts for Nothing Else Matters. Of course, you should be using your ears as well here and listening to the record, not just listening to what I tell you or what a tab tells you. Really, really important thing that you should be doing every time you learn a tune is listening to the original recording and making sure that you agree with what you read or what somebody tells you, because your ears will always be right and tell you if something isn't right. Definitely when you're learning a tune like this, a really good goal is to be able to play along with the record. That would be something that I would think that most of you should be aiming to do, really. So I'll hope you'll join me for the next lesson in this, when I'll take you through the main solo. Have fun, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.